Big cup. Sorry.
Big.
That was good.
That's totally why it took so much longer, because it's a very large cup today. Oh wait, hold on.
Funny. This might be the best one yet.
I think this is the cup we should start using.
This is going to be my longest boy ever.
This is my Pepsi Cola cup from, stole it from Coney Island.
God
the whole
bless.
story time is on our Patreon.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and it has to do with today's topic.
Oh
too.
yeah, that story time is, we'll tell you the title because it's actually what inspired today's episode. Take it away, Alex. You deserve to announce the title.
I lost $2,000 in Coney Island.
We're not exaggerating.
No.
That's not clickbait. Like,
I was
it really,
scammed. I was scammed out of $2,000
and that's all.
because of my stupidity. But I was scammed.
You were scammed.
I was hustled.
Patreon, go watch it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But be nice because
be
I'm
really
still
nice.
beating myself up over it.
Yeah, we actually, that's like the first time we talked about it since it happened. Like it's like
We
it's
don't
like
talk about
Voldemort.
We don't say his name.
We do not talk about Coney Island at all.
No.
I hate
fuck.
Coney Island.
I'm never going back.
That's why I stole this cup.
Fuck Coney Island.
Fuck Coney Island. Anyway. Hello, everybody.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
Happy
Monday.
I didn't know I could feel like that.
Would you like a sip? Careful, you might catch a migraine. What if migraines were transmittable like that?
Like contagious.
Contagious, yeah. It's so good, huh? This is Olipop Vintage Cola with a squeeze of lemon.
Fire.
It is the only way to drink
Ooh.
Olipop.
Sorry, I got my lip gloss all over that straw.
It's okay, I need some. Oh, actually, a little bit of sandwich cheese.
Oh, really? No.
It's just a different color than what I think your lip gloss would be. Oh, it might be my glasses. It was kind of like white looking, like white casted.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, Kristen's got sunnies on because she's got a migraine.
I look cool, huh? Yeah, we just had I had a whole meltdown right before this, but we're good.
As you should.
I went to the neurologist today for a follow-up on my MRI. Everything looks good on the MRI, but doesn't change the fact that I just straight up have migraines. The MRI was to rule out anything else.
Anything crazier.
Sure.
Which is what you were worried about.
Yes.
Because you knew you
absolutely.
had migraines.
Right. Yeah. Like, yeah, it was kind of like I'm back at square one, but like in a good way.
Yeah. It's the only square you're going to be in.
And I'm okay with that.
Yep.
I'm a little overwhelmed by it. And I'm not only overwhelmed by that, but like in the middle of a migraine that's been going on for about 6 days now. And I'm on my period and I have medical anxiety. So anything scares me. Mm-hmm. So pretty much she told me first symptom, take what I gave you. She gave me rizatriptan and some other thing, whatever. And she was like, you have to nip it right away before like the chemical imbalance gets worse. So I took something today and I feel a little drowsy, which I didn't know was a side effect. Cause if I look up side effects of anything I take, I won't take it. Like it freaks me out. Cause I read the one that's like death. I'm like,
may cause death.
I can't take it. So Alex looks it up for me
and drowsiness is the most common side effect of what you just took.
rizatriptan.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So if you guys are taking it, don't let us know how it made you feel.
Like all seriousness, do not say in the comments
like, oh, I
any
felt this
stories
way. Yeah.
of rizatriptan, good or bad. To just I'm
to be
being so
safe.
serious, you guys. Like, because we read every comment, and I don't.
You
just
don't
please, I don't want to know anything. It really, really does fuck with me. So please don't say anything in the comments. But that's just why I have glasses on today. So bear with me.
She's not just cool girl today.
Actually, I'm just cool. I should have just said that. I just want to be cool today.
With your Harley Davidson muscle
Right?
tee.
My napkin on my lap. I always have an emotional support napkin. I love them.
I'm so not a napkin person.
Oh, I love, and I'll do this. Wait, you know what? I just realized. I'm gonna cry.
What?
My grandma used to do this, and I think that's why I do that.
Wait, that's cute.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I think that's why I do that.
Probably.
Remember her like, oh my god, her she'd always have a what is it? Gin and tonic.
Yeah.
And
She's
it was
my kind of gal.
Yeah, absolutely. And she had one certain cup and it just looked like water. And I'd always be like, Grandma, can I have a sip? She'd be like, nope. But she would always sit there with a napkin and wipe the condensation. And I think that's why I do it.
Probably.
Wow.
I love that.
And that's why I have an emotional support napkin.
R.I.P. to a real one.
Yeah, for real, she did. Should I pour one out on the soundboard? The way that our soundboard is on the ground.
Yeah. Whatever. You guys know. Yeah. You guys get it. Last night.
Oh my God, you guys.
Kristen and I, we were like, she made dinner.
Oh my God. It was so
good.
It
was not sponsored, but it was a HelloFresh pork chop meal.
Hot honey pork chop with cilantro lime rice and carrots, like sesame roasted carrots or some shit.
It's so good. As we were eating, obviously I've tried endless amounts of HelloFresh because this one over here.
Yeah.
And
Queen of HelloFresh.
Queen of HelloFresh. And I was sitting there at, like midway through my meal and I looked up at Kristen and I was like, this is probably my number one favorite. HelloFresh.
Number two for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That chicken does have a special place in my heart.
Number one is I don't know the name of it, but it's a chicken with Dijon and crispy onions.
It has
on
like
top.
a crust that bakes into it. That one's really good too. Anyway, we were eating our dinner, so wholesome, and we wanted to watch a movie. So Kristen was like, I've been wanting to see Maxxxine.
Yeah.
And Maxxxine is currently in theaters, but it's also on like YouTube and Prime and whatever for like $20. So we were like, should we do it? Let's just like spend the 20. We're not going to go see a movie. And Kristen leaves tomorrow. So it was our cute little
last hurrah.
Last hurrah. And so we purchased the movie.
$20.
$20. And we're watching it and we're like, wait, is this like a sequel to something?
Because there was a part where it showed like something that we recognized from Pearl.
I've seen the covers of Pearl and X and Maxxxine, and I knew they were like related or like produced by
like
the same people.
universe or something. Yeah. And like Mia Goths and all them, but we didn't know
it was a series because they came out so quickly.
Yes.
I didn't think that they were a series, but we're like 20 minutes into Maxxxine and we're like, fuck, like, should we like look up if
like,
this
let's just
is,
look this up just in case.
So we see that it is a direct sequel.
Direct sequel.
Sequel to X. You guys all probably
know
this.
I think we're the last to get the memo.
Last to know. It's a direct sequel to X, and then we find out that Pearl is a prequel to both of these. So
I was like, wait, I just saw on Netflix, Pearl just came out. Like, let's watch Pearl. And then we'll,
Well, okay. So on top of this, like I said, Kristen leaves for the airport tomorrow at 8 a.m. Earlier.
Like 5 a.m. Yeah.
5 a.m. So we had 24 hours.
Because we had already rented Maxxxine.
Right.
So we needed to
So we
hurry
had 24 hours to watch the two movies before and then get to Maxxxine before we had to pay the $20 again and before Kristen had to leave. And on top of it, Kristen had hella shit to do today. I worked today. So we're like scheduling in when we can watch 3 movies in 24 hours.
I canceled my workout this morning.
She canceled her workout. So we're like literally working around our schedule, trying to find literal minutes to put in these 3 movies.
Oh, wait. I just remind me, I haven't got my laundry from downstairs yet.
Oh my God.
Sorry, go on.
No, that's for sure. In like a basket. Someone was pissed you never got it.
Whatever.
So Kristen remembered that she had seen Pearl on Netflix for free, and we're just trying to save a buck at this point because we had already spent $20. And we go to Netflix, and this is after we figured out we could watch
Pearl tonight. X in the morning. Maxxxine after we podcast.
Right. Before your dinner.
Yep.
But we literally had an hour and 40 minutes time slot.
Like I would have to be getting ready while we're watching it so I could leave for dinner right after.
So we're like all settled in with our pork chops and we get to Netflix and it says coming Friday and it's Thursday night. And we're like, are you fucking kidding me?
It was so funny though, the way we both read it. We were like,
no.
Tomorrow.
So we're like, okay, so should we watch X now? And since Pearl came after
It's a
X,
prequel.
It's a prequel, but it was produced and released after X. So we figured like if everyone else watched in that order, so could we.
Right.
So we're like, should we wake up at like 7 a.m. and watch Pearl?
We were actually like calculating the time and Alex was like, okay, so if we started by 7:45, I was like, no. I'll cancel my workout. And in the morning, we'll watch Maxxxine. We'll watch X tonight. And then Pearl we'll watch on our own time and talk about it later in life.
Talk about it later.
Because it's a prequel. It can live alone. whatever.
And I'm glad we did what we did. We still haven't seen Pearl. I loved X.
X was amazing.
It was so good. It was so good.
Mia Goth is cool.
She's really cool.
We didn't realize, we were probably like halfway through the movie, and the old lady just like freaking us out. Like she's super creepy in the movie. So well done. And I was like, who played this lady? And the way my jaw dropped when I had to like fact check myself several times. That was fucking Mia Goth in prosthetics.
She's so good.
Oh my God. So cool. Imagine playing like older you and then current you. Like,
yep.
Yeah. So it made the rest of the movie like really enjoyable to watch, but really, really good. Maxxxine was all right.
Yeah, I think you're right. At the end of the movie, we figured there's probably going to be more, and this was probably kind of like a stepping stone movie to
like a filler. It closed a door, but I think it's opening another because her interview at the end, they're talking about making a movie about her life and shit. I don't know.
Right. So I hope we get more. I liked it. I love the whole storyline. Obviously, I love how it's casted. Mm-hmm. I love that Kid Cudi was a producer.
Yeah,
it's really good.
I'll download
if you haven't seen it, watch it and watch them in order.
Pearl,
and give yourself
X,
time.
Maxxxine.
Yeah.
In that order. Out on Netflix now. So
right.
First, you heard it here first. I can't believe that.
We have something fun that we can tell you about now that's been in the works for
a long
time.
So today is Monday. On Thursday, we're flying into Cincinnati. Technically, we're staying on the Kentucky side, right?
Yeah, flying into Cincinnati, staying in Kentucky because what's in Kentucky, Kristen?
Bicycles headquarters.
Dun, dun, dun.
We're going to the bicycle headquarters. We're gonna go see our like deck actually like being made. We're getting a factory tour. Oh my God, it's gonna be we're
gonna see
cool.
like how everything gets made. And we were just on a call with them this week, and they were like, "This is like proprietary." That's how you say it, right?
I don't even know. I know that word, but I don't know what it means.
Like, it's trademarked and secret. Like it's their secret sauce of how they make cards.
Okay.
And he's like, "We use shit from
the 1800s.
1800s that people still don't know how it works." And you guys are going to get to walk around the factory and see it.
We're so excited because this, not only is this so cool for obvious reasons, like we get to go see the deck of decks in person, like right there in the factory it's made.
Yep.
But when we first even started a relationship with Bicycle, before the deck was even in talks, that was the first thing we told them that we would love to do is come see the facilities.
Yeah.
Like that's something Alex and I are always so fascinated by is how things are made, how it's made.
Yeah.
Excellent show.
Oh, so
that was
good.
my shit growing up.
I throw it on sometimes still.
And I learn something new each time.
Of course you do.
Right. How it's made. But like we are fascinated by that so much, and then put that with playing cards, something else that we love so much. This has just been like our number one dream other than creating a deck, which check beat, to just go see the factory. So it's finally set in stone. And we're having a little weekend out there. We'll be exploring, and we are vlogging all of it. And we're actually going to throw it up on this channel, which is super crazy.
We've never done that.
We've never put a vlog on this channel. Is that weird?
No.
Whatever.
You guys want to see that, right?
Yeah, I'll create like a playlist. So at least it's like
in a separate
and like put
thing.
Maybe we could start. I don't know. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. You guys will see it as much as we can show, of course.
Yeah.
And we're also going to a Green Day concert.
Yeah. The night we get in.
The night we land, I was just looking up, obviously, Kristen did a whole bunch of research of like restaurants and stuff that we're going to go see. I went on StubHub and I was like, what if there's just a show that we could go to?
Right. Anybody.
Green Day is on tour, and they are playing at
Great American
Stadium.
Great American Stadium.
I think where the Reds play.
Yeah, just some big stadium. They're on a stadium tour right now, and they're playing Dookie and American Idiot
in its entirety.
In its entirety is how they quoted it, and it's just going to be such an amazing show. Like,
I'm so excited.
You were like, oh my! I was like, what? Green Day's gonna be there. It's like, oh, absolutely. We got on Ticketmaster right away and we got tickets.
Done. So let us know if you're going to the Green Day concert.
It's pretty affordable too.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that they'd be like
good
seats, and we paid like roughly
100.
Yeah, 100 each, 99.
Yeah.
I think is what it came to.
But there are options.
We got good seats.
Yeah.
The higher seats and whatnot, like we saw some for like $40.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So pull up if you're in the area.
Yeah.
If you have any recommendations of fun things to do in the area, let us know. But it's going to be a fun little
getaway.
Cincinnati getaway.
A little Oddvice getaway.
I know. Brand trip, but just us.
Yeah. Wait, I love this.
Tripping
tripping with
bicycle.
No, of course.
Yeah, random. It would just be us.
Like, but this is really a long time coming.
Oh my God. I'm so excited to see this factory and just tell you guys about it after we see it, because we can't film in the factory.
Right.
But we'll be filming everything else.
As we said, we'll give you the vlog. And then also we are recording an episode there.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see
in
that.
The office and everything.
That'll be next Monday's episode.
Yep.
Keep an eye out for that. Get excited.
Get excited.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Little trip.
I just want to go see Kentucky. Maybe I'll meet the love of my life.
Yeah.
I was thinking either I'll meet the love of my life at a little like pub in Kentucky or at the Green Day concert, which I could see that
Should
happening.
we make it our mission to try and get backstage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should.
We can swindle.
I think we could do it.
We could probably run the show too.
Probably.
Do you guys need us to do the lighting? We could do that.
Do you need an extra hand back there?
Imagine.
I bring my resume.
Oh my God.
Ooh, if you work at this stadium.
Oh my God, can you get us backstage?
Or if you know anyone who's part of the Green Day tour or
part of Green Day,
anything to do with Cincinnati, Ohio, or the greater Kentucky area, please let us know if you can get us backstage at the concert.
Oh my God, that would be so cool, you guys.
Wow.
Comment down below. This episode is brought to you by NOCD. Ever had a disturbing thought pop up into your head, even though you didn't want it to be there, but you just felt like you couldn't stop thinking about it?
Maybe you worried about what this unwanted thought said about you, so you started continuously asking your friend for reassurance or Googled nonstop to see what it can mean. But no matter what you did, it didn't seem to help. And then maybe this spiraled into more intrusive thoughts, causing you daily distress. Did you know these experiences can be signs of OCD? There's a lot more to OCD than the stereotypes you might have seen. It's a debilitating condition that involves unwanted thoughts that totally conflict with who you are as a person, along with physical or even mental behaviors you may do to try to get rid of the resulting stress and anxiety.
And to make matters harder, OCD can latch onto literally anything in your life, your relationships, your sexuality, your morals, your identity, anything you care about. It can look different for everyone, but one thing is consistent. OCD is exhausting, frustrating, isolating, and can become totally debilitating.
But it doesn't have to stay that way, because with the right care, OCD is highly treatable, and that's where NOCD comes in. With NOCD, you could do live, face-to-face virtual therapy sessions with therapists who really understand OCD and are trained in exposure and response prevention, or ERP therapy, the gold standard treatment for OCD. They can help you take the power away from distressing thoughts, reclaim your time, and get back to focusing on what you love.
Plus, NOCD accepts many major insurance plans and provides always-on support between sessions. To learn more about therapy with NOCD, go to nocd.com and schedule a free 15-minute call with their team. That's NOCD.com to learn more and book a free 15-minute call. Trust me, it's the kind of advice that you actually want to take.
Thanks, NOCD. Okay, we're just going to jump right into it. As you could tell by the title, we asked you guys to send in times that you've been scammed. And
super scammed.
We actually, so as we mentioned earlier, I was recently scammed.
I'm a survivor.
I am recently a victim of being scammed. And we actually had a Patreon entry last week of one of our patrons. She had a crazy story of being scammed almost out of
almost $200,000.
Yeah.
So it was.
She got it back.
Yeah, we're all good. It ended in.
But it was a crazy story.
But yeah, no, I was like stress picking my face while Alex was reading it. Like I was like stressed. So
almost
it definitely sparked something in us to
see what else is out there.
We're nosy. We're just really nosy. And I know there's so many stories. And yeah, even when we put it on our story for people to to like send in their stories, I even got like quick responses from people.
Me too.
Like right away. And I'm like, write this in. But it's so common. People are scammed all the fucking time.
And like I had people that we in our inner circle that we know that were like, oh my God, should I send in that story about blah, blah, blah?
Yep.
And I was like, yes,
I hope she
send
did.
it. Me too.
I hope she did.
Send it in. It's just, it's crazy.
It blows my mind.
Yeah.
So thank you to everybody who sent something in, because as much as it it's going to be like a story for us to read, we do understand that it was probably whatever it is was very traumatizing and very intense for you. So thank you for sharing your story. And as entertaining as this episode's going to be, I hope it could also bring some like lessons or red flags to look out for if you're ever in any of these situations that we're about to read.
Such a good point. Some of these titles are crazy.
Oh my God, I'm just, wow. The subject line says, happening right now. Airbnb charge for a chair I didn't break. Hi, lovelies. First off, as a fellow bicycle card collector. Whoa, that's weird. I just heard that. I'm so glad you girlies released your own deck. It is by far my favorite deck that I have and merges two of my favorite things together. It is so beautiful and well thought out, and I love it. So to all the listeners, go buy one.
Oh my God,
I'm so glad I picked this one. Plug. That actually means the world because
thank you so much.
Bicycle has told us so much how many collectors there are that just like are getting any cool deck that is dropped. So to actually hear from a legit collector that you you like our design,
you value our deck.
Yeah, it's really cool. Feels really good. So thank you. Okay, so this predicament is happening to me in real time right now, and I'm big stressed. Every year, my friend group from high school books a cottage for a couple nights. We're all around 25 and 26 years old now, so it's a good way for us to connect when life is busy. My friends and I just did this on July 26th to the 29th, and everything went smoothly, or so I thought. This Sunday, 2 weeks after we checked out of this Airbnb, I get a reimbursement request from the host. Confused as hell, I open it, and there's a photo of a broken lawn chair, the big ones you see on a dock or by a campfire, and I'm requested for $260. Yeah, right. The host said that they don't know how it may have happened, but the cleaners found the chair broken after our stay. Here's the thing. We didn't break the chair.
I mean, that's the thing.
Right. But how do you prove that you didn't do something? Of course, the Airbnb was booked through my account and my credit card's on file, so I'm freaking out. But why is this being brought up 2 weeks later when multiple guests have stayed since? I also have messages with the host 5 hours after our check-in, or our check-out, with nothing but positive comments. I feel as though if the cleaners noticed a chair broken, that it would have been communicated immediately before the next guest, and the host would have then asked me about it. It's also interesting that this was mentioned as the window for me to leave a review of the host was closing. Oh my God, this probably happens so much. I messaged the host in Airbnb explaining that we did not break the chair and cannot pay for the replacement, and how we are confused about the timing of this being brought up. I have photos of the chair in great condition on our last night being used that I forwarded to Airbnb. The only thing that my friend said they noticed was when we arrived, one arm was loose and disconnected at the front, but still worked and looked fine, so they didn't mention it. At no point was the chair damaged further, and it definitely was not left in a state of the photo when we checked out.
Damn.
So far, I have messaged the host, messaged Airbnb on the claim, emailed Airbnb representatives about it, spoke to Airbnb representatives on the phone today, and emailed with more information of how the property is near a public boat launch, so maybe it was somebody who didn't even stay at the cottage. I'm hoping to hear back soon, but I'm going to be pissed if they say that I have to pay $260 for a chair that I did not break. It's so easy for a host to just claim that something was broken, and it's so hard to prove that you didn't do it. I guess the moral of the story for myself and anyone who might be hearing this is to document the place before you leave, so no one can say that you need to pay for something you didn't do. Keep your fingers crossed for me, and love you ladies lots.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
That's so annoying. Fuck. I would be so mad.
And the fact that the chair was like a little bit wiggly when you guys got there, I bet you anything the owner or whoever it was probably had a plan. Okay, this is on its last leg. Let's break it. Blame it on the people who were here.
$260.
God, that's so frustrating. I'd dispute that.
What type of chair is this? Damn,
right?
$260.
I'm assuming one of those like big lawn, like
outdoor chairs are expensive, I guess. But
I would dispute it with your fucking credit card and like give them all the proof.
That's
Let
true.
them know like Airbnb, you went through Airbnb, but like you didn't do it. And credit card companies are usually super good about your
proof, like
money.
they'll protect you.
Yeah,
you are protected more than you think by Visa, at least I know. I'm not sure about any others, but I know Visa has a really good.
I have Amex,
insurance.
which is MasterCard, and it's amazing.
I haven't had anything, knock on wood, go like AWOL with my Amex, so I don't know.
I have.
What happened?
I guess it wasn't. Oh, it was my Amex. No, it wasn't my Amex. It was Visa.
See?
Yeah.
Right on. Not that Amex isn't good, but
my student loans tried to charge me twice.
what the hell?
I know. Crazy.
But so they
I got the money back.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Damn.
For one of them.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
A good tip though. I feel like when you leave a place to do like a literally film a walkthrough of how you left it.
Yes.
So they can't hold you to it at all.
Yep.
Airbnb freaks me out. I'll do
There's
it.
always something.
If like the only time I've ever done it is like a big group trip where I'm not going to be the one that's like, I don't want to do Airbnb.
Right.
Like we did it for Montana and it was great.
Yep.
It was incredible.
Yep.
But you just hear these stories so often. And I feel like it's one of those companies where their terms and conditions probably says some crazy shit.
They're not liable for anything.
Speaking of terms and conditions, I saw a TikTok of this girl saying the story about this guy and his wife went to Disney World and they ate at a restaurant and he was like, hey, is there no blank whatever allergen that or whatever allergy his wife had? We'll call it peanuts, whatever. Hey, there's no peanuts in this, right? The server's like, no, you're good. She has an allergic reaction. There's peanuts or whatever the allergen was. And he tries to sue Disney, like, yo, you guys, like your server said this. She went into full shock, blah, blah, blah. They said, okay, like you can't sue us. And he was like, why? And Disney Plus, if you sign up for Disney Plus, your terms and conditions in there, it says that you cannot sue Disney for anything.
Disney Plus. No, this doesn't have anything to do with like buying your ticket to the park.
Disney Plus, that's just where they get you with the terms and conditions. Because when you buy a ticket, you're not signing terms and conditions necessarily, but it's for the whole Disney incorporation.
Oh, so if he didn't have a Disney Plus account,
then I guess
he probably would have
to
been
this
able.
Point, sure.
What the fuck?
I know. Isn't that crazy? So terms and
That's
conditions.
so
are crazy.
nuts.
Sounds like Disney.
Yeah. Wow.
I know.
That's really sad.
It's like really scary. She
Fuck.
didn't. I don't think she like died or anything, but like still,
right, but still
went through
the trauma of it.
Yeah.
And the fact that she did everything she could.
On her end, you asked, you double checked that your
Yep.
mail didn't have it, and like they still fucked you.
That's fucked.
Awful.
Laser hair scam of $10,000. Never got it back.
10 grand is crazy.
Hi, ladies. I hope you end up reading the story because I hope I can save someone else from falling for this shit. You don't have to keep it on. My name is Amira, and I've been listening since the condom broke. Oh,
Wow.
hi.
Ep1, baby. That's crazy we did that for our first episode.
Right.
Anyway.
You guys are my big sissies, and I've put all my girlfriends onto you guys. We listen all together whenever we have road trips.
Hey, girlfriends.
We're on that road trip with you. I love that.
Buckle up.
Anyway, I will keep this short. So I'm sure people have heard of that company Ideal Image before on radio stations or TV or I don't know, YouTube or something. And with the amount of times you hear about them, you'd think this must be legit. Think again, bitches. Ideal Image. Have you heard of that?
No. I don't listen to the radio though, so that could be why.
True. Also, I'm from Boston, so Ideal Image is known around the New England area, but maybe not around other places. But basically, it's a laser hair removal company that also does like weight reduction and cosmetic beautification things and such. So one day, me and my mom had said, enough is enough. We want to do laser. So as our phones love to do, it hurt us. And a day later, we got an ad for Ideal Image, and they were having 60% off their laser hair removal packages. How amazing.
We're going to get one now.
Oh my God.
Watch.
Whoa. So we get on the phone with someone and we figure out a package that works for us. And she said she needs our credit card info and everything and set up an appointment at a location near us in a town called Newton, Massachusetts, which is a very wealthy town, by the way. So it really sealed the deal that this was a legit thing we were doing. In hindsight, I see how silly we sound. Anyway, we're on the phone with this lady for so long and she's cracking jokes and getting to know us and asking about my hair growth, length, texture, my ethnic background, everything. So as we seal the deal, she tells us that for both me and my mother, it's going to be around $9.5K for the full body packages all together with unlimited retouch sessions. And we thought that was honestly a good price considering we knew we would need multiple sessions because we're Middle Eastern and have thick ass hair.
Full body though? Okay. Okay.
Is that I don't know anything about prices.
I did my legs in that my package. I had 6 sessions and it was like 650.
Okay.
So I don't know.
10,000 seems crazy.
But maybe for the amount of sessions
and 2
unlimited
people,
touch-ups. I don't know. I
full
could probably
body.
figure it out if I put my mind to it, but
right.
whatever. It sounded right to you though. I hear you. I get valid.
And also the lady kept mentioning how this price is so good compared to their original price, blah, blah, blah. So we sealed the deal and spent almost half of my mother's savings on this laser hair thing because we really thought it would solve big issues for us. My appointment time rolls around and we drive on over to Ideal Image in Newton, Massachusetts, and are so excited to finally start this process. We walk in and I tell them my name and appointment time, etc., only to find out that my name does not exist in their system. Neither does my mom's name. I'm sorry, what the fuck? So we sat there confused, arguing, my Arab mom yelling, and eventually my mom got a hold of the lady we were on the phone with, only for her to tell us she had no idea who we were and no idea how we got her number.
Oh, I'd be hot.
My blood's boiling right now.
Pitchforks.
The ladies at Ideal Image looked at us crazy and we felt so embarrassed and confused. After my mom called almost every higher up at Ideal Image, they finally solved who the lady was, and apparently she was a former work-from-home employee who lost her fucking job because she was stealing client info and money. So my mom said, well, okay, I want my money back. And they said, well, it's technically not on us, and technically you need to find this woman and sue her. So we tried to no avail.
I guess I get that.
And as of right now, my mom has just submitted a claim against her and Ideal Image to the Better Business Bureau, and they have given us back $4,000 for damages and ill intent. But that's all. That's all we got back, and I refuse to sign up for laser again. I'm sorry this was long and probs not entertaining, but boy, we were shocked. So as were we.
Wow.
I love y'all. Stay safe from these laser hair bitches. Just embrace the pit hair and the bushes. It ain't worth losing almost 10K.
No shot.
XOXO.
The scams of the beauty business.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it was you said it was you thought it was going to solve like an issue that you guys were both struggling with, like whatever. Right. And I feel like so many beauty businesses lean into that insecurity, whether it's filler or laser or whatever, right, and they suck you in.
Yeah.
It's all a scam if you think about it. But this is awful. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry this is
the
happening
work from
to
home
you.
thing. This is probably fucking common.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, I had a job once where I was taking in credit card information and I was working from home, and I would have to like call people and be like, hey, I need your credit card information for this. Who's to say I wouldn't just be writing down people's credit cards?
Going to the
I
mall.
wasn't, but like,
no, I mean, sure,
it's so easy.
Wow.
It's so easy.
That's awful.
But my thing is the fact that someone higher up at Ideal Image was the one who told you that it was this old employee. Why weren't they able to? They're probably not able to say her name.
They probably did. Maybe they're just, the writer didn't tell us.
Well, no. The writer said that we would have to go find her and then press charges.
Oh,
I wonder if her name was protected or something.
Yeah.
But like,
oh, I didn't think it was the name thing. I think they were just saying like it's technically not our fault.
Not their job to.
Which does make sense. She's no longer an employee, but that fucking sucks because you're like, but it was booked here, but it's like she was just using our name.
Oh, never give your credit card information over the phone, guys.
Never, ever.
Never email it.
Nope.
Nothing.
My mom has told me that since day one, and anytime places have asked for it, I'm always like, oh, I'll do it when I get there.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay. And I'm like, I'll come early. Like I will come early to do that. I'm not giving it to you over the phone.
No, pizza places take it over the phone.
No.
Like I can't do it.
I'll do it over like the internet when like I can trust a website. I know there's still a lot of gray area there, but it just feels better than being like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like telling a whole number. That just feels so wrong. And they're just sitting there penciling it down.
And they're like, okay, and security code?
Right.
And I'm
zip code. I'm like, take my fucking firstborn too.
Fuck.
No.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm glad you got 4 back, but I'm hoping they could still give you the rest of it back. That's fucking terrible. You have a case on you though. I wouldn't stop fighting.
Yeah, don't stop.
I think you guys, like, there's no gray area.
The fact
here.
that
You
like
have proof of everything,
and they're going to have proof that she used your credit card number.
And she's done this before.
Right.
According to the
for her to be fired for this, like, you guys are fine.
You should be good.
It might take a minute and it might take some fight in you, but keep fighting.
Yep.
Because that's fucked.
Okay, next entry. It says, I witnessed hundreds of people get scammed and can do nothing about it. That just sucks. Hello.
Hi.
First time writing in, but I've been listening since episode 1. Look at all these day ones today. Shout out, y'all. When I saw your IG story about scams, I knew I had to respond. Even if you don't share, I feel like sending this will take a weight off my chest. I'm an American Sign Language interpreter and work primarily in video relay services. VRS is a service for deaf or hard of hearing people that they can use to make and receive phone calls with their video phones. As a VRS interpreter, I witness conversations about literally anything, ranging from telling someone happy birthday to calling customer service to emergency 911 calls.
Wow.
But what I want to tell you about are the scam calls. In the past 4 years of doing this job, I have no doubt that I have seen hundreds of them. I cannot share specific instances as I'm bound by FCC regulations to not disclose call content. However, I can admit that this weighs heavily on me. My role as an interpreter is to promote the deaf caller's autonomy by facilitating communication between callers, regardless of the topic being discussed. Our orders are to interpret verbatim, even when someone says something with ill intent. I'm not allowed to interject to advise callers what I think they should do, and I cannot change the message of what's being said. When this happens, it feels so icky because I know these scammers can ruin lives. Fuck. I do try my best to indirectly tell deaf callers that it's a scam by emphasizing demanding language from the hearing scammer. This has helped some callers catch on and ask me, is this a scam? To which I reply, yeah, I think so. And they'll hang up. Other times people still fall for the scam and I have to keep interpreting.
No.
Unfortunately, deaf people are often targeted for scams because they are in a vulnerable position. Language deprivation haunts the deaf community and makes it harder for some to fully understand written communication. I've had a large number of people call numbers from scam emails to text to clarify what the email or text was about. Once they do this, the scammer gets their foot in the door and they're more susceptible to being a victim.
Oh my God.
Now, if you'll let me stand upon my own soapbox for a moment. Language deprivation affects the deaf community so much because while 90% of deaf children are born to hearing parents, only 10 to 30% of those parents will learn ASL.
Oh my God.
Many families try relying on hearing aids or cochlear
I can
implants. Never say that word. Yes. Cochlear implants to fix their child's hearing loss. While these tools are useful to some, they are not a cure. They do not justify withholding language from one's child. If deaf kiddos had access to fluent ASL language models, they would not be language deprived. Wow. Great point. With today's technology, finding ASL classes and deaf events is easier than ever before. As someone who works with deaf people daily and has deaf family and friends, I can confidently say that learning ASL is the best thing someone can do for their deaf child, regardless of if they also choose to utilize assistive hearing technology or not. Steps down from soapbox. Anyway, I know that was long. Thank you for reading. Please keep anonymous.
Holy shit. First of all, I want to say the work that you do. Fucking thank you.
Amazing.
It must be so hard, but also so rewarding and all like that's really fucking cool what you do.
The way you're approaching it seems the best you could do because I do get like you can't change like that
what they're saying.
Like that's not the point of interpretation. But the way you're like emphasizing certain things, like I think that was I hate to call it a loophole because that feels like icky, but
sometimes
it feels
you
like
need
a good
loophole
for you to, kind of help the person who hired you for the call or whatever. So,
oh, that's so sad.
That's so fucking sad.
Fuck.
And definitely a great message for families or parents of children or people hard of hearing, deaf. Learning ASL, I think, should be something that we probably all learn in school. I
don't understand how it would even be an option if I had a deaf child and I didn't teach them sign. Like,
yeah,
What is the option then?
That's what she was saying, like the technology and stuff, just kind of relying on that when that's not always 100% effective. Not even sometimes 50% effective.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
Well said.
This one's called The Cutest Puppy Ever Scam.
No, puppies don't scam.
Evil puppy.
Evil puppies.
Hey, Alex and Kristen. I just want to start off by saying I love you guys and I listen every Monday on my way to work. You guys keep me awake while driving there.
Okay. Well, please get some caffeine too. We are not
responsible.
Yeah, no.
Oh my God.
Drive safe.
I work 2 jobs. I have a toddler and an infant, and I'm about to be a full-time dental hygiene student as well. Your podcasts are super enlightening and help me get through this whole adulting thing. Keep doing you. Wow, you're a badass.
Yeah, way cooler than us combined.
All right, so one day my fiance and I went out for a date day. Went out for a date day.
That's it. That's the scam.
Ooh, we went axe throwing and then ended up at our favorite bar. We ordered a few drinks and our favorite apps there are the chips and dip trio. Yum. We were a little tipsy when I saw an ad on Facebook for the cutest miniature dachshund puppy. My fiance really wanted a puppy at the time, and this was perfect. It seemed like a normal person posting that they had puppies available. The photos looked legit, and the caption seemed legit. The dog was $100 plus a month subscription of insurance. This seemed like a steal. They made it seem as though they needed a foster home for the pups, and they really just wanted them to go to a loving home. The person also had mutual friends with me, and real people I knew from my life had commented on the post, so I messaged them. We started to arrange to get the puppy. We were going to go do a meet and greet to see if the puppy and us bonded well. We said we'd meet halfway and come up with a time to meet. Then we sent half of the full payment as a deposit, $50 gone. We were still talking and said we'd meet when we got home. Then the person started asking for more money. They said they were on the way but needed the full amount. Mm-hmm. My fiance and I were tipsy and naive. We sent the rest, $100. They then said that the payment was not going through on their end and to send it again.
Oh.
But on our end, the money was already taken out of our account. We called a mutual friend to try and see if this was legit, and they said they weren't sure. They kept asking us to send more money because it was not, quote, going through. So we did. We are now $300 in.
Oh my God.
My fiance kept saying it was fine. He ended up sending $500 total before we finally got a call back saying that the girl who posted it was hacked. We then tried to refund for fraud through Venmo, but the account we sent it to was deleted. My fiance was so sad and upset, but I kept telling him it was fishy and he just didn't want to believe me. He called his bank and he couldn't get the money back. That's how we got puppy scammed. Lesson learned and caution to all to be careful of things that you see. These people use correct grammar and are getting good at making posts seem so real. Love you guys always. And I know Venmo, your money is not protected in the slightest.
Literally
not a penny. The second you send any Venmo, it's gone. That money is gone.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Dang, he really wanted the puppy.
Yeah.
He was like, "It's fine, babe."
To keep sending $100 5 times through Venmo.
I get it though. Like, honestly,
and you're seeing it come out of your bank.
Right. And like when you said in the beginning, the Facebook post, it was a trusted friend. Trusted friends are
so
commenting
valid
on it. I would not have detected a scam either. Like, nope. I say that so you guys don't feel dumb. Cause like,
this is like
I would have gotten scammed too.
Yeah, for sure.
Straight up. But holy shit.
So valid. Oh, and the fact that the scammer was probably like, they're just still spending money. Like, just keep handing it over.
Oh, it didn't go through. Send it again.
To do that 5 times.
I don't know if I would have done that.
No, I don't. But also, I was also scammed out of thousands of dollars. Well, and I thought, that was different. I mean, but it's all the same. I'm still
like on your side about that one.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. But it's all the same tactics. Like they're hustlers. Mm-hmm. They are trained they're con men.
Yeah. Yep.
They're trained in deceiving people.
And all this internet shit, like getting hacked and whatnot, and like
you just trade
fraud links that you click and shit. Like
it's sad that it's human nature that we just automatically trust people.
Yeah.
But we can't anymore.
No. We can't trust anybody.
But I've never, and I I've almost like liked that part of me that I trust people, but you just can't these days. And you hear about people who say like, I don't trust anyone. And yeah, like even with a grain of salt, but you can't trust anyone.
Like, yeah, it definitely case by case, go with your gut on things. And you know what? You even said that. You're like, babe, like this feels kind of fraud. And he was like, I want the puppy. Like, that one's kind of on him.
Yeah, he wanted that puppy. I wonder, like,
do you have a dog now? Did you end up getting like another dog?
Right.
Or he's like, no dogs. Never mind. I am not meant to have a dog.
Well, when you wrote in, she said, my fiance really wanted a puppy, quote, or in parentheses, at the time.
Yeah.
So he probably is like, fuck
anti-dogs.
Yeah.
Fuck puppies.
Fuck puppy. You know, I got my childhood dog outside of a Target.
Yeah.
They were just the prettiest dog. He was a pit bull lab Rottweiler mix.
Wow.
Oh, he was such a bad dog.
Cool, yeah, I mean,
he was
really
such a
bad.
We got
dog,
him for $20 out of a basket in front of Target.
Breed. If you got him like trained, like really, really trained really well
off the bat,
cool dog.
Yeah,
but I'm sure. Yeah, did he know how to sit or anything?
Yeah, he was like, he did the normal shit, but he bit my dad. Yeah. And they say once he bites the alpha of the house, there's kind of no going back.
Absolutely not.
So
where did he go?
To a farm. To live on a farm with a whole bunch of animals and run free.
That's what Rhonda told her. And that's what happened, Alex.
Yeah.
He's still there.
You know, I actually thought he actually went to a farm probably until I think I was like 18. Chris told me that he didn't go to a farm. Yeah.
That's
like,
fucked.
He was like,
yeah, what?
Your parents put him down. He bit people. I was like, what?
Mom, what the fuck?
No, literally, I called my mom and I was like, you put Bubba down?
She's probably like, well, Alex, what did you want us to do? I could hear her saying it.
Yeah. He bit people. He bit Chris in the eye. He bit my dad. Like he was
every
actually,
story I've heard of this dog. He was a menace to say the least.
Crazy.
Oh, well, don't get Target down.
No, R.I.P. Bubba.
Okay, next entry. This one's called Bank Codes and Good Karma. This one perked my ears because like when like you like Zelle or anything, or when you sign into your bank and it's like I'm reading this because I'm thinking I might learn something from this. It just seems like one of those. I don't know. Let's see. Alex and Kristen.
Hey.
To whom this may concern. Love the pod and you guys.
Aww.
Here's my story about the time I felt so dumb and then got a return of my good karma. A few years ago, this all started with fraud on my bank account. This was a typical experience of noticing an expense on your account that's out of place. I called my bank, switched my cards, my accounts, and all that jazz. A few months later, I'm at work, and mind you, I have a very chaotic job. I work for a fire department as a social worker and respond to 911 calls. So you can imagine some of the stuff I do in a day.
Oh my God.
Well, I had just left a chaotic call and was driving back to our station when I got a phone call from my bank. The bank employee introduced themselves as a fraud department staff who had noticed concerning charges on my account. They said due to recent fraud activity I had experienced, they wanted to reach out about these charges to make sure it was me. The charges were around $2,000. Obviously, I said that wasn't me, and they told me not to worry, that they would send me a text with a code I would repeat back to them for security purposes, and they would reverse the charges. I know what you're thinking, red flag, but stay with me here. So I give them the code, and when they, quote, reverse the charges, well, turns out it was the fraud. This was fraud, and by sending the code, they were able to hack into my account and send money through Zelle to themselves. After the call, I had a weird feeling, so I called my bank, and sure enough, they told me this was fraud and they would open an investigation.
Damn.
The real bank employee told me, for future reference, we will never send you a code and ask you to repeat it back to us. I felt so dumb and was out $2,000. Months go by and a billion phone calls between Wells Fargo and I later. They reimbursed me a few $100s, but stated that the other $1,300 was my doing and they would not be refunding me. I have been a customer with Wells Fargo since I opened accounts. I'm 27 and was 25 at the time, so around 10 years. And I had never had something like this happen to me. I felt betrayed by my bank. How silly does that sound? LOL. I closed all but my credit accounts with Wells Fargo and switched to a new bank. I suggest all of you to do the same. Here's the cherry on top. Almost every call I had with the bank during this investigation, they had to text me a code for security purposes to repeat back to them.
Shut the fuck up.
Every time I pointed out the hypocrisy in this and explained how the fraud happened in the first place. Eventually, I carry on with my life after this excruciatingly painful bruise to my ego and bank account, and years later begin to see a spiritual mentor. Literally this year, she tells me, I feel like there's going to be money coming in soon. A couple months later, I got a raise from my job, a big tax return I didn't expect, and a check from Wells Fargo for the remainder of the money that was a part of the fraud investigation. The money they refused to give me back and had sent an official notice stating they could not refund. Still to this day, I have no idea why they sent me that money, but I'm thankful for all the good karma I've accumulated in my lifetime for this one. To be fair and to make sure I don't scare anyone, I had a weird feeling in the conversation with the fraud department. There were other pieces of the conversation that felt weird. Always trust your gut, and moral of the story, call your bank back if they reach out to you to make sure it's them. Second moral of the story, be kind and do good in life. You'll get your good karma.
Oh. Wow. That, and like, you're so right. In the heat of the moment, especially you just got off a shift at work and you had just experienced fraud. So like it all added up in your head. Of course you're going to be like, oh shit, no, it wasn't me. Here's the code. I would have done the same thing probably. If I was like that frantic in the moment about it, I mean, who's to say?
I got to shout out my mom real quick.
Yeah.
So my mom, she worked, I've said this probably 1,000 times. She worked in banking all my life up until just like a few years ago. And she's always said like,
you know the ins and outs.
Yeah. Like you'll never get a call from the IRS about tax stuff. If anybody calls you about tax stuff, it's not them, it's a scam. And she's always kind of put these things in my head. And I don't say that to gloat, but to say, holy fuck, this needs to be taught. Like I only knew this because my mom knew the ins and outs of working there, but the common person doesn't know these things. And it's so like this is the shit they need to be fucking teaching in school.
Yes. It's so valid for you to just give the code.
Yeah.
Oh,
super crazy that
but you got your money back.
I know, that's great, but super crazy that ended up being how when you spoke to the actual bank, they had you repeating codes. Right. I would be like, that.
Okay, it's one of those moments where everyone knows what's going on. Yeah. Let's all talk about this.
I would be like, I'll come in person.
Yeah.
Like I'll come to a branch and let me speak to the manager there or something. Like, I don't know. That's really weird. Wells Fargo is weird.
Yeah. I'm glad you left.
I had them for like a second after high school. I don't know why. I think I was just like, let me just try.
Shopping around.
Yeah. And I didn't like them and I closed my account within the year.
The only I've had a credit union my whole life, but the only big bank that I've been a part of is Capital One. And that's actually the one that saved me from my student loan debacle.
Yeah.
And they had the money back in my account like a day and a half later.
Yeah. Wells Fargo just seems like it's run by old people.
Yes. Very old.
Just old vibes.
The colors.
Yeah.
The gold and
like,
red.
Their logo's like a carriage and horses.
Right. Like grow up.
That's literally probably how they're sending the money to the vault and shit.
Right.
Like on the carriage pulled up.
Yes. It's in the trunk.
Prehistoric.
Okay, here's the next one. Scammed by, quote, sugar daddy.
Ooh.
Hey guys, when I was a junior in high school, I really wanted money and heard about selling feet pics. So I found an app and started talking to a guy who said he would send me a check for over $1,000 without even asking for any foot pics. Now that I look back, that was weird. My bad. Once I got the picture of the check he sent, I deposited it into my account and instantly went to the ATM and I bought an Xbox, clothes, a life-size Harry Styles cardboard cutout, a speaker, literally everything I wanted at the time.
Harry Styles cutout. How much was that?
God, that was probably the most expensive bit.
Yeah, right.
A week later, my bank account was in the negatives and I had to pay it all back over the next year, although I did not return any of my purchases and I still use them all to this day. No regrets. Best regards, Parker. Parker, you just don't give up.
Your name would be Parker.
The fucking life-size Harry Styles cardboard cutout, I'm sure if it's still in your bedroom.
It's like It's like sun dyed. Like, you know, when cardboard's in the window of like a smoke shop for too long and it's like bleached.
Send us a picture, please.
He's for sure like yellow and blue now.
I think if this happened to me, I would want to keep the items too, to like,
yeah, I'd be like, you know what?
I'm out the money. At least I have something for it.
Right. It's not like they were like, you need to go to the store and return it.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, that was silly. But hey, you learned. You live and you learn.
That was good.
Okay, next entry. A scam of magic and wizardry.
Ooh.
Hey, girly pops. I saw your call for entries about the time we got scammed, and I thought I would write in. To this day, I still can't figure out how the scam artist pulled this one off.
Uh-oh.
But I do know it was partially my own dumb self for falling for it. Here's what happened. This was a few years ago, maybe around 2016, 2017. I got a notification from my bank that over $100 was taken out of my account. I looked at the statement and it was from Apple. So I called Apple. Yes, I called them. They looked at the charge on my account and said it was a subscription for a porn service. I was really confused and very concerned because someone clearly hacked my Apple account and helped themselves to some fun. At this time, I was a broke college student and definitely couldn't afford much more of this to continue happening. So I told them that it wasn't me who did this and asked for a refund and steps to take so it doesn't happen again. Now, here's where my own dumbassness comes in. The customer service rep told me that for some reason they can't refund my account, and in order to get it fixed, I need to do it through an Apple gift card.
Oh, the gift cards.
Y'all, please.
First red flag.
Please don't judge me.
Oh no. The gift cards.
I was young and naive, and I called Apple, so why wouldn't I be able to trust them? I get my happy ass in the car, drive approximately 7 minutes down the road to my nearest CVS, and get an Apple gift card.
Oh no.
I don't remember how much it was, but it was definitely over $100.
You probably bought one of those like iTunes. Remember the old iTunes?
Like the iPod thing. It was definitely over $100. The customer service representative has stayed on the line with me this whole time.
Oh yeah, they'll make sure you're walking like you're good.
And they took the gift card ID from me and put me on hold. They came back for after a minute or so and told me the gift card didn't work and I needed to get a new one. This is the point I knew I was being bullshitted, and I called them out for it and hung up. As soon as I hung up, they were spamming me with calls, and the number that kept calling me back didn't match the Apple customer service number that I called. Like, not at all. It was a completely different phone number. I have no idea if they somehow intercepted my call. That's true.
Yeah, like how did you
that
get on
happen?
the phone with them?
All I know is that it was some sort of wizardry, and I still don't know how they pulled it off. My friends still tease me about it and occasionally ask if I have a spare Apple gift card.
That's funny.
I was so silly for falling for it. Moral of the story, no legitimate customer service representative will ever ask you to get a gift card. This experience has made me an iron wall against scams. Nothing gets by me now. A couple tips to avoid being scammed. If it's through an email, always check the sender's email address. Yes, that is a good one. If it says like a random thing of numbers
even if
and
it's
letters,
like apple.com, but
scroll
two
down.
L's.
Right. And I always scroll down and I look at the address of the company. And if it's like 123 Main Street, like that's not Apple's real address. So whatever. If it's through text, it's probably a scam. LOL. Just ignore it. Never click links. That's probably rule number 1. When in doubt, copy and paste any text or email you get into Google, and you can see pretty quickly if it's a legit or scam. That's my story. It's a tale of magic and wizardry, and I don't know if I'll ever understand how it happened. P.S. I was able to get all my money back by disputing the charges with my bank. Okay, good. That was a good happy ending.
Fuck. Yeah. How would they intercept a call to?
I don't know.
They're probably just like who they probably have like a feed to that line who's calling, and they're just
or an insider.
Ooh.
I don't know. That's where I put my hands up and I'm like,
if
I don't know how hacking
down.
works. Right. And I'm just at this point going to assume that anything is possible when it comes to hacking. So assume that the worst can happen. Lead with that. And I feel like then you kind of can protect yourself as much as possible.
I feel like that's what makes people, and including me, paranoid of everything.
For sure. Yeah, I am.
You can't even call like Apple Care and it could possibly be a hacker.
That's why I'm still like one of those people where I'm like, I'm going to go in.
Yeah.
Like, go into places.
Talk to a human.
Talk to a human and face to face.
Right.
Because like these humans over the phone are phony too. This reminds me of one of our friends' moms. We won't say which friend, but you'll know exactly what I'm about to say, Alex. She does this thing where when she gets a call from a scammer and like she know like if the number is like a scammer number, whatever, and she answers it and they're like, hi, so-and-so, like you need to send us this money right now. This is a fraud collection. And if you don't, like cops are going to be coming to your door or something. She'll be like, are you serious? Okay. What do I need to do? And she'll
play with it
really frantic and like act like she's like believing these people. And they'll be like, stay calm. First of all, go get an Apple gift card. And like, they'll like walk her through it. Obviously she's not doing this, but she'll be like, okay, thank you. And
just honestly, waste their time.
One more thing. Fuck you. And she'll hang up the phone and just, oh my God. I love that she does that.
Good.
So yeah, get your power back and fuck with the scammer back.
Oh, and the fact that they take advantage of people like you don't know how many calls my fucking Oma gets.
I know.
And
a lot, they do this with a lot of old people.
They target old people, and she donates to like $10 here, $10 here. And she gets these letters because once you donate once,
it's like Scientology. You're locked
in. It's really devastating how they take advantage of people.
They're sending you magnets.
Oh yeah. That's like, those are my Christmas presents or like the gifts that she gets from, it's always like notepads. ASPCA. Literally. It's like notepads, calendars, fucking pens. Oh God.
She's giving you a calendar from like 2023.
But she is so high up on their list that she's like starting to get the good stuff.
Hey.
So she'll get like tote bags of things.
Okay.
And like, but it's all still
crap.
shit.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's really sad.
It really is.
Okay, here's the next one. Our fake family trip to Florida. Hi, Girly Pops. The story is about the time my mom surprised us with a trip to Florida on Christmas morning of 2013.
Oh, what a dream.
So we live in New Zealand, and our family had never been on a trip across the globe before. So when my mom got a call offering a bargain of a trip to Florida, including accommodation, she decided to take it upon herself to book said trip with these mystery people over the phone.
Shit.
She kept it secret for months and decided to gift it to us on Christmas morning. Oh, your mom's heart.
I know.
Oh. We were poor, so as soon as we were given the gift, my older brothers and I instantly looked at each other and knew something was too good to be true. Ooh. There was no way we could afford this trip. After my mom explained the circumstances of how she only had an hour to decide to book this trip over the phone, we had to explain to her that we weren't going on a family trip to Florida anytime soon. My poor mother was distraught. She lost a few thousand New Zealand dollars. We still haven't been to Florida, LOL. And we have never spoken about it since. Anyway, thanks for doing what you do. Love you both absolutely to bits.
Oh, I feel bad for laughing. I'm nervous laughing.
I feel like it's a common one. Orlando, Florida.
Yeah.
It's like timeshares.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God. My parents have timeshares.
I still like don't even understand what a timeshare is. You've explained it to me, Alex. I'm like,
but like I don't get it. But I think I like remember this scam to go on these trips.
Yeah.
To Florida. It's really sad.
I think of like the Danimals thing too with Zach and Cody. Like that was just a scam for people to buy more Danimals.
Did anyone win? Never.
No. Nobody won. I think one of them, the twins, just did an interview with someone where he talks about it. I don't know what he said. I didn't watch the interview, but like I saw the highlight of him being like, okay, the Danimals thing.
Oh.
I doubt they know much about it because it was probably
their
just
faces
like some
were
Disney
probably
shit.
Just used.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
that's
God,
so sad.
I
your poor mom though.
I know.
Fuck, she was so stoked, and the fact that you guys haven't talked about it since.
We're not going to Florida.
And a few $1,000s.
Yeah, I mean that sucks.
We've never been to Florida. Don't worry, you're not missing out.
Yeah, honestly, like save your money. Okay, next story. Scammed in Spain. My villain origin story. Hey girlies, including Link, of course. First off, as a listener since day one and a Kristen supporter since 2017.
Wow.
That's crazy. I am so appreciative to have grown up with y'all's advice, laughter, and energy, and look forward to your content every week. Oh, thank you. Let's get into it. I'm from NorCal, but I've been living in Barcelona since January for my master's degree, and I'm here for a year.
Wow.
When I was setting up my living situation to be here, I found the seemingly perfect studio apartment close to my school in a great area and way more affordable than I was expecting. I know, too good to be true from the jump. I was emailing with the landlord named Fabiano, who was giving me all the info and even sent me a picture of his passport to prove he's a real person. I thought that was kind of weird, but chalked it up to a different culture customs. I did tons of research on the building and the neighborhood, so I thought I covered all my bases. Since I was on the other side of the world, I knew I wouldn't be able to tour any apartments in person before signing the lease, so I went through with all of it. Fabiano sent me a direct link to book it, which showed as a booking.com link. Reliable source, right? I signed up for his listing and wire transferred him 1,400 euros.
Oh, no.
700 for the first month's rent, 700 for the security deposit, which was almost 1,600 in US dollars. We agreed to meet at the building upon my landing in Barcelona, and we do not email or call again for the last 3 months of 2023. I had some weird gut feelings about it, but chalked it up to be the nerves of wrapping up my undergrad, moving abroad, starting the master's, etc. Fast forward to the first week of January when my travel begins. I made a pit stop in Paris a couple of days before getting to Barcelona, and my final flight to Spain was moved a couple hours back. I sent Fabiano a quick email to ask if we could meet earlier since I will be landing earlier. No response. The next day I called him many times. No response. The third day, 24 hours before I'm supposed to arrive, I tried contacting him through booking.com. The listing is gone.
No.
I tried to ask my booking.com customer service for help. My reservation number cannot be found. My bowels are in shambles from the anxiety. All I could do is hope. I land in Barcelona at 6 p.m. and by the time I get to the building, it's dark out and I'm with all of my luggage in this new country.
Ugh.
I begin asking the front desk attendant if he knew Fabiano, and he informs me that he does not because he owns the building himself and they do not rent out flats.
Oh,
fuck. Welp, it was unavoidable at that point. I had been scammed. Turns out the link Fabiano sent me was a fake link to a site that looked exactly like booking.com.
Oh my God.
URL and all. I made my way to a nearby hotel and spent the next week desperately looking for a real apartment to move into, but was really distressed about the 1,400 euros I lost, not to mention the exact hotel expenses I was trying to avoid while looking for my new place. I've been working and saving up to do this thing for 3 years, so that was a huge hit to my budget for the year. Fortunately, my school services hooked me up, and boy, I had never been so excited to drop all my shit in a real apartment that actually ended up being even cheaper than the scam apartment and closer to my school. So the lesson learned, trust your gut, triple check everything, and booking.com does not do long-term stays. All in all, the experiences I've had, the travel I've done, and the people I've met have provided me more value than I can have ever hoped for. So please don't let this deter you from going abroad. Sorry for the novel, but I love you girls and thanks for tuning into this. Sending all the love and good energy to everyone. Madison. No need to keep it on.
Madison.
Way to
silver lining.
Look on the bright side.
Silver lining. Right.
Yeah. This is one of those where like I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah. Booking.com is weird for...
I've never used it.
It's like hotels and shit.
Yeah. I'm an Expedia girl.
Yeah.
I love
but
Expedia.
Like, you wouldn't find your apartment on Expedia.
Exactly.
You know? It's a little weird.
Exactly. But like I get what you mean. Like it was another country, so maybe that was normal.
Maybe that's the platform that they use for long-term rentals.
I even felt weird booking shit when I was in Palermo.
Yeah.
It was all these random websites and stuff, and I was like, to Lee, the person I was with, I was like, is this legit? And you know, Lee, he's like, oh, sure, whatever, and he's booking it. And I mean, we didn't get scammed, but like these were like little hole in the wall places where like
you could have been sending your money to anyone.
Yeah, completely. But then I just made sure I was using my Visa, to be honest.
Right.
Because then
so you're protected.
You're protected. Yeah. Ouchie. I'm glad you ended up getting somewhere cheaper, closer to campus, and I'm glad that you're enjoying your time over there.
Right. My dad's sister tried to scam me. Hello, ladies. Please keep anonymous. I just want to say before I start, I absolutely love the pod and have been listening every week since the beginning. I'm always looking forward to the new episode.
You guys are coming out of the woodworks in this app.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm a middle child and only daughter out of 3 boys, so you two are like the older sisters I never had. Thank you so much for your continuous words of encouragement and infectious go with the flow vibes.
Oh, thank
you. Anywho, let me get into the quick story about how my dad's sister somewhat tried to scam me. About 3 years ago, 2021, my aunt was living with my family and I, sleeping on our sofa. Needless to say, it was a dark time in our household as she just had a bad energy about her that would drain the rest of the house and pull everyone down due to her actions. I don't want to get into that because everything is well with us now, but let's just say it was a really dark time for her and my family. Anyway, it started out with me ordering clothes from an online shop. A total of 5 items that I was really looking forward to receiving, especially since it was one of my, quote, treat yourself moments of splurging that rarely take place. Fast forward to receiving the, quote, package arrived email and coming home to see my package was indeed not there. I asked my aunt, who was home all day because she didn't have a job, and she claimed to not have seen or heard anything. I checked everywhere. The mailbox, the side of our house, drove around the neighborhood to make sure they didn't confuse the houses, nothing. I filed a claim with the company, but never received any information regarding my lost package. So I wrote it off as a loss and decided to never order from that company again. This happened around March. Fast forward again to my literal birthday in December. I shopped all weekend for a cute outfit to wear to my dinner party, and when I got home, my aunt came to my room and presented a, quote, gift to me. Some clothes she saw online that looked like me, so she just had to get them. I opened the gift and looked at the clothes excitedly. It took me a minute to realize, since it had been a while, that these were literally the clothes from my missing order all those months ago. I was shocked to say the least, mostly at the fact that she would be so bold to gift me something that I myself paid for. I confronted her months later when she tried to take another one of my packages, saying she confused it for something she ordered, which could be true. However, I doubt it. When I confronted her saying this wasn't the first time she had done something like this, she came back to me saying, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were so special that only you could order from that store." I was fuming and because that's the lesson
problem
here. I was fuming and took the opportunity one day when she wasn't home to go through her clothes to see if my other items I ordered were in her piles of stuff. And sure enough, it was all there. I know that was wrong and I shouldn't have gone through her things, but I felt violated that someone would do this to me in my own home. Anyway, she's been moved out for about 1.5 years now, and our relationship has gotten better with distance and apologies. I just thought I'd share this crazy little story with you about the time my aunt scammed me. Kind of, not really. Sorry, this is so long. Love you girls. I hope you have an amazing day and give Link pets for me. You were for sure scammed.
Did she just think you'd forget
right.
what you literally picked out? Like,
weird.
What the fuck?
You want it? This reminded me of a crazy story. My cousins, they're 2 teenagers, and their next door neighbors, they got close to them once they moved in, but the mom next door was always like a little off. And she would, for all their birthdays, my cousin's birthdays, she would always give them like a whole bunch of gift cards.
Oh.
And obviously my aunt would like take my cousins to go use their gift cards for their birthdays and buy stuff. And my aunt said multiple times, if not every time that they received a gift card from next door neighbor, they would get up to the checkout and like they would, and the amounts were high. They were for like 100, 150.
Sure.
And every time they would go to check out, the gift card just like wasn't valid, wouldn't work. So she was
just grabbing blanks.
Yeah. And gifting blankets. So my aunt would be like, all right, I guess I'll pay for this. Like, my poor kid.
Yeah, they're like so excited.
Right. Have everything picked out.
Oh,
Isn't that crazy?
God.
Scamming little kids is crazy.
Yeah, that's where I draw
That's
the line.
another level.
Like scam old people, whatever, but little
like
kids.
it's the gift thing. Like your aunt really
just
thought,
don't gift anything at that point.
Exactly. I don't care about the gift.
No, just like
do people think we're dumb? Yes.
Yes.
God, crazy.
Okay, this is going to be the last entry for today. It says, sex scam on Facebook almost broke my boyfriend and I up.
Oh, no.
Hi, ladies. Love the pod. Please never stop creating content.
Oh.
I'd like to stay anon if that's possible. Oh my God, I just geeked thinking of y'all reading my email. Imagine that. Hey, we're reading it.
Hey.
Anyway, let's get into it. I was dating my boyfriend for about 2 years when I wake up to a text of him freaking out. He said, I think I'm being blackmailed.
Oh, no.
Immediately, I'm asking 21 questions, but he seems very hesitant to answer my questions. So I call him and he's crying, apologizing profusely. I finally hear him out, and this is what this dum-dum did. He got a message from a random girl on Facebook. We were born in 96. Why are you even on there?
I love you.
You're so funny. And she started flirting. One thing led to another, and he video chats her while choking his chicken.
No.
Now he's telling me all this, and I'm fuming with anger, anxiety, and disdain, but I keep my cool because he's also freaking out, and I want to help him calm down. The lady was in fact a scammer and screen recorded the video threatening to send this to his entire family if he doesn't send them money. So he's been freaking out all morning, stalling them because he figured it's a scam and needed my help. I, to this day, don't know how I managed to keep my cool, but I helped him calm down, explaining to him it's a scam. That they're constantly messaging and threatening him to keep him in fight or flight so he'll cave and send the money. Fuck. They eventually gave up and the video was never sent to his family. I did give him the hardest time afterward, though. Our relationship at the time was not at its finest, but we worked it out. This is around late 2017. I understood it was a mistake and didn't hold it against him in any way. We've since then recently got engaged, photos attached, and are probably going to just elope since this economy makes it impossible to save money for a real wedding. Mm-hmm. Sorry for rambling. I just hope it makes sense. I didn't want to put too much detail, but now I feel as though there isn't enough. If you'd like more info, please let me know, and I'll definitely shoot you another email.
Please keep writing in.
With love, Anon. And here's the engagement pics.
Oh,
wait, sick ring.
Oh, you guys are so cute.
You're so cute. Jesus, that's actually great.
You're a lot better of a person than I am.
I would have been like, that's what you get, bitch. I'm like, fucking send the money then.
Yeah.
Broke ass. Like,
you got yourself in the situation, you get yourself out of it.
I would be ruthless.
You made this bed, you sleep in it.
Wow, you're a great person.
God,
that's
really,
so scary.
That's really dark.
Yeah.
That's
like
really
people are out here
dark.
really doing that.
Yeah, and that's devastating because
yeah, so moral of the story, guys,
don't record yourself.
Yeah, it's never worth it. Like, things are released so often and like for the wrong reasons all around, both blackmailing and just, I mean, you hear it all there. Yeah, things are leaked all the time, every day, and it's just not worth the risk, whatever that may be. So don't ever record anything.
No.
Not even if you trust this person with all your heart, because God forbid their shit's
something
hacked.
happens
like,
one day. Yeah.
It's never worth it.
Know.
Like, that is a true moral of this story.
You said you were willing to send in more information. I want to hear your fiance's perspective of this now. Yeah. The fact that you guys like bring it up, like, what's his take on this now? Is he like, yeah, I was just
deletes Facebook?
Yeah.
He's just not on social media anymore.
Yeah. Ooh, that would haunt me.
Yes, absolutely. That makes me feel really icky. And send to your family.
I would probably go to my parents and be like,
hey, heads up, this might happen. You might be getting a weird DM.
Yeah, don't open any emails.
Right.
Can I borrow $2,000?
Yeah, like, I wonder how much she was asking for.
Yeah, I don't know. It probably wasn't even a she.
Right. I mean, whoever.
You're right.
That's ew. Like we said, thank you to everybody who sent something in. I know it's not easy to rehash these moments, but it was entertaining to say the least. And I do think we all learned a lot from this episode.
Please just be as careful as possible. And you just can't trust anyone. You can't, unfortunately. Everybody, I wish you could
delete everything, and we all just need to live off the grid.
Yeah.
And then scams might not happen as
and
often.
The
right?
only thing that you could remotely trust the most out of anything is if you talk to a human being in person who has face to face, who's in the place of business and has a name tag and actually works there.
A name tag is the bare minimum here. We need real name tags, people.
People are ruthless.
I know. And like a whole layer to this is just like hustle culture too. But like,
but I always thought, oh, couldn't be me. But like, you guys go listen to that Patreon episode.
It's crazy.
Because like I said, I always thought couldn't be me, but I had the guy walking me to the ATM to get out cash multiple times to give to him.
Please just go listen to the story time. It's actually insane. But I'm glad you say that because like I could only imagine how like the emotion behind all these stories.
It makes you feel really dumb.
Feel really dumb, right? Yeah. But you're not dumb.
This is their job. That's
what con artists do.
Yeah.
It's
how they make a living.
Like the one person who said it was like wizardry, like I sometimes I believe like they're
maybe this is their calling.
Yeah, like they're lizard people and they just like know how to fucking get in people's heads and
their bank accounts
and melt their minds.
Yeah.
Kind of like Reese.
Ooh.
I'm reading ACOTAR. I literally have like 2 chapters left
of the first book.
Yeah, I'm starting that. Well, isn't ACOTAR the first one?
Yeah, but I think as a whole, it is the ACOTAR series.
Okay.
So
got it.
But
yeah, the first book. And then I'm going to start the second one. She just started the third. Yeah.
We'll give you crazy. A full rundown when we're at the same place.
I don't think we'll ever be at the same place.
I could read this one slower.
You said that last time.
I know.
And I don't expect you to wait.
Okay.
I mean, but if you're down, I would love to be there. But like, if you really don't want to.
You know what? You might jam through this book. The one you're on now.
Next week and a half.
You have a 6-hour flight.
That's true. But if there's turbulence, I can't read. I got to fly the plane.
Right.
Like we were saying.
Got a little work to do.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good week. Don't get scammed.
And if you feel migraine symptoms coming, take something right away.
Those
are the 2 lessons today.
But don't look up side effects.
Nope. And don't tell me anything ever in the comments about anything.
Don't comment.
We should just turn off the comments.
No, please comment.
No. But seriously, don't say anything about migraine stuff.
No.
And get ready for that vlog that will be coming out in the next few weeks for our little bicycle trip. And yeah, everybody enjoy your week. Patreon people, we can keep the scam stories going if you want.
If you got them.
If you want them, send them in. We're down for that. Or as always, it's just general advice. Write in anything you're going through and we'll talk it out with you. That's patreon.com/Oddvice podcast. It's always linked down below. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or anywhere you listen, please rate and review our show. It does help us out a whole lot. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed. Turn on your notifications because YouTube could be weird about sending notifications out even if you're subscribed.
Right.
Blows my mind. We could go to the moon, but whatever. And yeah, have a good week.
Can we?
Probably not. I think that was a scam too.
The moon?
Yeah.
You know,
going to the moon. I think the moon's real.
Yeah. I think the first, like the race to the moon or whatever, the moon race, the space race,
whatever.
We
don't know what it is.
Fraud. United States government. Fraud.
Bush did 9/11.
Fraud.
Everything is fake.
Everything is fraud. We love you.
We're AI.
This is fraud.
We're not even real.
You will never get a phone call from Oddvice Podcast asking for your bank code. So
this is the only safe space at this point. So shout out us.
All right, love you guys.
Love you guys.
Have a good week. Bye.